Shalom, family. This is Grammy Yah. Yes, y'all saw the title. Today, I will be canning whitings, you guys. I will be canning whitings, and I will also be canning some salmon. Look at this price, you guys. These were 2-pound bags of whitings, and they were filet already, $4.79. And I got a plenty. So I have about 6 pounds here. And then I'm also going to be canning some sockeye salmon filet. I got a bunch of these too. They were on sale, and there is no way in the world that I can eat all this fish. So, because my husband, he really doesn't eat fish. So I'm like, if the electricity goes off and my freezer dies or whatever, I'm gonna lose my fish. So guess what? I will be canning it today, you guys. Yes, and I'm going to be canning in 8-ounce size jars today. This is an 8-ounce jar. This is an 8-ounce jar. This is the little short fat one like me. But yeah, so these are going to be almost like your personal size because my husband doesn't eat fish. And if I have a taste for fish, I can just pop over one of these little 8-ounce jars and this will be enough. And then I'm making enough so whoever want fish, they can have fish. So they're going to be little personal size fish. All right. So, and let me tell you, fish is so easy. You can do it in the 8-ounce jars. You can do it in the 16-ounce jars. And I just recently read that you can fish in the 32-ounce jars, the quart size jars. And I'm going to tell you the processing time for those later on in the video. But you guys, fish is so easy. But you make sure your fish is like, it's a fatty fish, okay? So here we go. Let me get my scissors. It is so easy. Y'all, this is so easy. Only thing you have to do is just go through and just cut your fish. Cut your fish in little squares. They don't even have to be squares. You see what I'm doing? I'm just cutting pieces of fish. Just like fish. Just that size. Just chunks of fish. You don't have to be real neat and pretty with your fish. Just cut them. These are already filleted. There's no bones in them. And yeah. And so, since I got some cut up, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drop them. Look, you guys. I'm just going to drop the fish down in the jar. I'm going to push it down a little so I can get the air out. Okay? There we go. There we go. And this is going to be enough for one person. I'll do another one. Just push it down. Don't pack it down. Just push it down so you can get the air out, okay? And you want to leave that 1-inch headspace. And that's it. I'm going to move this to the side. And far as the seasonings, what I'm going to use for seasoning is Old Bay. What is fish without Old Bay? And I am going to use 1/4 of Old Bay, you guys. 1/4. I'm not going to add any salt because this Old Bay already has the salt in it, okay? And I'm just using 1/4. If 1/4 is not enough, I can always add once I get ready to eat, okay? I can always add more Old Bay once I get ready to eat them. And then I'm going to add 1/4 of this lemon pepper blend. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All right. And that's it. I told you canning fish was easy. And now what you do is just take your vinegar and your paper towel and just wipe around the rims, you guys. That is it. Wipe around the rims, and as you wiping, make sure you don't feel any nicks or any cracks. And then you just put your lid and your ring on, fingertip tight. That's it. Fingertip tight. So I'm going to put my salmon in these little short fat ones, okay? I have my salmon here. Let me move this over. And I just do the same thing with the salmon. I'm just cutting it up in little squares. And if you have like a whole salmon, they recommend that you put the skin size up against the glass. But I don't really have enough salmon to finagle putting the skin up against the glass. And just like I did the whiting fillet, I'm just going to drop them. Drop my salmon down in there. I will turn it, if I can, up against the glass. But if you can't, when you cut it up like this, I really wouldn't worry about it, because I've done it before. And there you go. You want that 1 inch head space. Isn't that, oh, don't that look good? Yes. And with the salmon, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the 1/4 teaspoon of Old Bay, and I'm going to do the lemon pepper blend, 1/4 teaspoon. And if you want smoked salmon, you can get some liquid smoke, okay? And this is going to give you the smoky flavor. And I'm going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of the liquid smoke, okay? And you just take your vinegar, wipe around the rims, your lid, and your ring, fingertip tight. That is it. That is going to be delicious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rest of these jars filled, and I will bring you back. Just like the whiting, this is the salmon, but just like the whiting, if you guys notice, I never added any liquid. You don't have to, because fish makes its own liquid. That's why I say that fish is one of the easiest things to can. It's going to make its own juice. Salmon, whiting, cod, all those fatty fish, trout. Yes. So easy. going to give you its own juices. Voila. All right, family. See, no liquid. You're going to see all the liquid that this fish is going to make. And I was able to get 13 jars, you guys. 13 half-pint jars. 8-ounce jars. So what I'm going to do is, I have cold water. The fish is cold. So whatever your product is, your water has to be the same. And I should be able to get all 13 of these 8-ounce jars in here. Yes. So now I got 12. I can get 13, but there's no reason for me to really stuff them like that. Now I'm going to put the divider in. I have a Presto 23-quart canner, and you can get these dividers off Amazon. I will leave the link in the description box. All right. And then as far as my salmon, see, no liquid. I was able to get 6 of the 8-ounce jars, you guys. And it was 2 pounds, not 1 pound, 2 pounds of filet salmon. There we go. And now I'm going to put my vinegar in, about 2 tablespoons if you have hard water. And if you don't want your jars to come out cloudy, the vinegar will keep the sediment off of your jars. All right. So now we have our lid. This is the most important part. Make sure that this gauge is tight. Make sure this button go up and down. You hold it, you turn it that way and turn this one towards you and make sure that it is tight. If it's not tight, your canner will not come up to pressure. Make sure your seal is in there snug, okay? And then see this vent pipe right here? Make sure you can see straight through it. If you can't see straight through it, you need to take something to clear it out. And that's it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my top on, close it, make sure my canner is in the middle of my eye. All right? I have a full loaded canner of fish, you guys, and by the hour it's going to be smelling so good in here. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start it out on medium high and let everything come up to pressure. Okay. Once everything comes up to pressure, see this vent pipe right here? This vent pipe will start to shoot steam steady. And once this vent pipe starts to shoot steam steady for 10 minutes, I'll bring you back. I'm sorry, family. I was not recording. I thought I was. Anyway, the vent pipe was shooting steam steady for 10 minutes, and I put the weight regulator on it. Now I have to wait until my canner comes up to 10 pounds of pressure, okay? And my button has popped to let me know that my canner is locked. I cannot open it if I wanted to. And I also mentioned that before this button pops up, it spews a lot of water. That is fine because that is normal. So if you're new, don't get alarmed. So if you don't know your elevation, I need 10, right? If you don't know your elevation, you just Google it. I have reached 10 pounds of pressure, and I will now dial my heat back, and I will set my timer for 100 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes. My canner gauge may go between 10 and 11. That is fine. And once it processes for 100 minutes, and I will turn my fire off, and I will let it come down from pressure by itself. I will not touch anything. Once that button right there falls, that will let me know that my canner is safe to open. All right, as far as canning in quart-sized jars, you can go to the National Center for Home Food Preservation and get more information there. And I did see 240 minutes for canning in quart-sized jars. All right, fam. If you have not hit that subscription button, go ahead and hit that subscription button, please. And all the ones that's already hit that subscription button, I just want to thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, you guys. This canner has been sitting here probably about 30 minutes. I had to run to the store and all that, but that's fine. So when I came in, I actually heard them sealing. So even though it's been 30 minutes, this canner is still hot, you guys. So we're going to take off the weight regulator. We're going to unscrew it. We're going to lift it up and put it back down away from us. And did you see all that steam? So be careful when you lifting it up. Oh my goodness, this fish. I wish we had smell-o-vision so you guys can smell this fish. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift it and take it to the sink away from me. Oh, you guys, this fish smells so good. All right, here is the whiting. Doesn't that look delicious? Did y'all hear that? Doesn't that look delicious? And do you see the reason why we don't add liquid? Because it gives us so much juice, you guys. Look at that. And let's look at the salmon. You hear them? They are sealing. And this is the salmon, you guys. Yes. Yes. And if you want to, you can remove the skin before you can it. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue on taking them out. And I'll bring you back. Y'all hear that? Snap, crackle, pop. Voila. 19 jars of fish, you guys. I'm going to have a good time. So let me just show you. You see how much juice that the salmon gave? Look at that. Awesome, you guys. Just picking it up random. Okay, so now what you do, you're just going to let them sit here for at least 12 to 24 hours. So in the morning, I will check to make sure all of them sealed and they look like they are going to seal. Look like they already sealed. And I'm going to take off my rings and then I'm going to submerge them in water, soapy water, and clean them up. And I will date them and I will put what type of fish and I will store it in a cool, dark place. All right, family? If you like this video, please hit like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. Y'all know I do. But guess what? I love the Most High more. Shalom.